Hi there, everyone. It is a beautiful Saturday here at the Rythmia Life Advancement Center, and I'm with beautiful Naisha. How lucky am I? I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I get to see you every Saturday, or I do, or John Jacob does, and we get to bring to you a deep sharing of what really occurs here at Rythmia. So today, Naisha from Los Angeles is going to share with you. I can't say all that she experienced because there was so much.
Yes.
But as much as we could pack into our time together. So, welcome. Thank you for saying yes.
Oh, just absolutely my honor and pleasure, truly. Thank you.
I'm so grateful. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone. Naisha Arrington. Happy to be here with all of you. Thank you for showing up and sharing space for yourself and for this conversation as well.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So, let's begin with what was your intention in coming to Rythmia, and what was that path for you to get here?
It's macro and micro,
Okay.
in a duality. For me, from being a child, I always have wanted to live my life with intention and live in my purpose. And at my core, I am a nurturer, and I feel this connectivity to God, meaning Mother Nature, meaning everything that is beautiful and divine on this planet. And I would say about 10 years ago, someone, it's a conversation about the ayahuasca, but it's also a conversation deeper from a spiritual level.
Yes.
And, in sort of short, in a large brushstroke of thought, a friend mentioned this place to me about 3 months ago. And separately, 2 other friends had mentioned their ayahuasca journeys. About 4 months ago, I came to Agape in search of a deeper connectivity and purpose and just a lot of soul searching.
Yes.
And I was moved to tears multiple times during the sharing. And I then, when it was mentioned to me that Arrhythmia was a facility, I went on the website and I searched and I saw Michael Beckwith there.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So I just enjoyed being in the space so much because I'd heard little whispers about Agape just in different parts of my community for a long time, 10, years plus, when they're in Culver City.
Yes.
And I never went then, but I just kept hearing little whispers about it. And so when I looked at the website, I thought, wow, this is my opportunity to do something for myself outside of my career, because that's really what has driven a lot of my purpose from a career perspective in my life thus far. Yes.
So I love that you said your pull was all those different things were happening, right? Like different people have experienced ayahuasca, you'd heard of Rythmia, but then when you knew that Reverend Michael Beckwith was coming this week, Reverend Michael was the guest speaker this week, and he was brilliant. So I love that was your, yes, I'm coming on that week. And how was your week here?
I mean, multiple levels of experience from the community that is being forged here currently, from the staff community and the light workers that work here, and it even sounds not even correct to say work. It feels like it's
because we're all of high service.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the service that we are here to bring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that in itself has been a gift to receive and share. And, as I mentioned, a lot of my time is spent in my craft of honing my craft as a chef. And, I literally looked at the calendar and I thought, wow, this is perfect timing. And I saw Reverend Michael's going to be here. And I booked it, and the experience has been incredible. I mean, no less than a miracle, truly. And in ways feels so familiar.
Okay, talk about that.
I feel this connectivity of realness and authenticity. And, I've always sort of felt very connected to my soul, meaning, a lot of people always like, you have an old soul. I've heard that my entire life. And for me, that when I get to be my authentic self,
Yes,
I feel so powerful. I feel
Yeah.
so true.
Yes.
And so my intention coming here was, my two words were to be courageous and to be honest. And so to be able to exercise those two intentions, for me, I thought anything that I experience here will come with if I
Sure.
garner those two things.
Courageous and honest.
Yes.
And your authenticity was safe here to be those things, right? To explore them, to dive deeper in them.
Superseded any expectation I had.
Okay, that is so good. Superseded anything. So would you say what was it like, the flow for you at Rythmia? Because you came to all the classes I was teaching, you came to Reverend Michael's classes, and you were in every ceremony, correct? So how did that flow? How did that honor you in your authenticity and being courageous? Tell me about that.
Well, first, I think sometimes, and I tell myself this, without this sort of formal breathwork training, having done a lot of breathwork practices, and in yoga or truly breathwork and cold and heat exposure things, I found that I tell myself this throughout the day, breathe, put your shoulders down, or relax your face, bring intention to my body awareness. Where am I holding tension? And I found the first day when I came here and I sat in John Jacobs' class and he started telling jokes, my shoulders relaxed and I just felt safe, and I felt like I am with real people.
Yes.
No one's in a mask and parading. I'm with true familiarity, because it really resonates with how I can show up for myself and for other people. So, my experience here when I first got here, I felt comfortable, and I thought I have no expectation actually. I'm going to trust this process. And for me, the levels and the light spectrum that has opened up day to day, it was just this deepness of familiarity that kept happening from day 1 to 2 to 3. The cadence of that opening, incredible.
The words you're choosing to use are so real that you felt safe from the get-go, from whether it's humor, whether it's holding, whether it's tears, whether it's breath, like all of it, the flow of all of that created the safety for you to grow.
Yes.
That's complete fulfilled intention for all of us that are here to be of service, is to create the container for you to know yourself more fully.
Truly. Absolutely. And not to mention, the spiritual connection with the plant medicine, but then how everyone in this container, so to speak, really echoes that frequency. From different classes, there's a scientific perspective with Dr. Jeff, and then there's incredible stories with John Jacob, and the beautiful sermons that you give, and the guest speaker, Reverend Michael, and all of that energy, all bouncing off me and echoing. And that's the beautiful thing, is that it felt safe, because there was no okay, well, that person said that, okay, that wasn't, it just resonated. Everything was just,
nothing was clashing. It was all in alignment. In I don't want to say agreement, because it's like beyond that. It's like everyone else's authenticity of their gifts to be delivered here were received, because it was all pure.
Correct. Attunement, truly.
Oh, that's a good word. Attunement, because then when individuals come as yourself, we just keep creating the safety for you to keep releasing.
Truly.
Wow.
And that was exactly the experience. Day 1, kind of running the diagnostic internally, and then 2, going deeper, understanding the purging, understanding the medicine, and then day 3, I just had the most profound awarenesses happening within me.
Could you share some?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay, we'd love to hear.
I'd love to, because and I mentioned, and I love what you say about up until this moment. I generally do a fair amount of public speaking, and I find that I draw my power from knowing that I'm really well intended in my craft. I put in the work and all of that, but when it comes to sharing in a group setting, and there's emotion attached to it, you know, I kind of recoil and I take the observer role and I find little bits and pieces that resonate with me, and I do that internally. And so finding the courage in the evening to share my experience. It was the night of the sort of feminine energy.
Wednesday evening.
Correct. And the shaman, she had such a playfulness and joy in her spirit that shined so bright, and you know, that made me feel and remember who I am, because I think I've had to show up with some rigidity, knowing now for self-protection, with an armor, so to speak, and to be able to tap back into that joy allowed me to feel safe, feel seen, absorb that energy as strength. And that's the day I felt I understood how to connect with the medicine as well as myself, and how it was working with me. And so, yeah, and I shared that evening, that, you know, in front of the group setting, and I cannot tell you how powerful it was, and the frequency and the energy of the room.
When you were sharing?
Yes. Like as soon as I started speaking, the room, I felt this like power come towards me, like everyone shifted and listened to what I had to say, and I can't tell you how much that meant to me, you know. And then everyone clapped after, to be heard, to be seen, to be felt, and to not have to put on a show, and just to be my true authentic self. And people the next day came up, and the words resonated with them, and just, you know, that it felt so familiar and beautiful in a way that I'm just happy to be of service, and also to share, you know. And I had multiple moments of welling up and true pure emotion, you know, and felt so powerful.
Just to know the match of that, I felt so authentic, pure emotion rising up, sharing, and powerful. To be heard, to be seen, like your light, it was safe for you to be illuminated.
Truly. You know, and I think a lot of it also is, you know, the grounds, the fuel that we're being offered at breakfast and lunch, aside from just the words, you know, I think all of that, it really helps to clear that channel to really dive into that and honor it. Because I think sometimes if we're not practicing, and I love that it's the answer is you, because it is. And that day, those words kept resonating with me when I was sitting in my space. I was like, huge epiphany. Like, oh, it's not you come here and there's this miracle that falls out of the sky.
Correct.
It's in me.
Yes. It's the best news ever. We don't have to keep searching in life for where is it, what's happening. I want to understand more when we get quiet. But we must have the safe container to get quiet.
Truly.
Yes.
Incredible. Yeah, really incredible.
And then, now when you get home.
Yes.
And you're living and knowing the answer is you, but really embodiment of it's safe to shine my lights, that not to be an expectation, all those elements that you had, it really became, what I'm feeling is like even deeper steeped in them here. Is that accurate?
Very accurate.
What's the possibility when you're in your world now? What's possible?
I've had so much hone for me here. I think in the lived experience thus far, I've been data collecting, and I feel now it's about continuing that honing to continue to work towards what my purpose is to share with people. Because there's been this, I don't know if calling is the right word, but just this idea of nurturing since I was a kid, you know. And so, you know, I shared in your class yesterday, and, you know, I think it's about continuing to work and be in a community, you know, that when I can be around that and share that with people and work in my practices. And I think that's really going to start to open up a lot for me. And I really thought about the question because my first thought was actually a few bullet points of just amazing, incredible new ideas and possibilities of how I can create something on my axis of what excites my soul and my passion, being a chef, being a nurturer, being of service. And my spirituality practices don't have to come second to that.
Yeah,
there can be an axis of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dare say when you're in the midst of all your preparations to be of service to others, that you're standing in your spiritual practice.
Limitless now, like limitless now. Like,
wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the whole adventure this week, if I'm understanding, really moved all the flow of it worked completely for you, for more insights to continue to pop, correct?
I yes, is the short answer.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I'm just opened the first door.
Beautiful.
And this has been, profound. I don't even know if it's doing justice, but I feel like this is just the beginning of a new chapter and journey.
Yes, beautiful. Because you know yourself more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of it, and I use the word power, not in the sense of the ego, but in the sense of I'm not looking for fulfillment in other people to justify who I am.
Sorry, that was a big one. I'm not looking for fulfillment in other people to justify who I am. That's pure freedom. It's pure freedom. When we release any expectation, I have to look outside of myself to fulfill myself. It's pure freedom. Oh, my dear. Will you be back to see us again?
Are you kidding me? I just had so many big ideas around. The short answer is I cannot wait.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Nice. I love that.
Truly. Absolutely.
And I'll see you in the integration program.
Absolutely. So
our beautiful integration program, let me just move this so everyone could still see us, it begins, I'm just going to cancel you right there. Soon as Naisha gets home, that you will receive your app and be able to be in our Zoom class on Tuesday.
Can't wait.
Good.
Yeah. And all the beautiful people out there, I can't wait to see you here as well. What a gift.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
So would you have anything to say to someone who is like, oh, everything she says sounds amazing, but they may still be on the fence? What would you say to them?
Wow. I would say to you, lovely people, is to trust yourself. For me, what worked was trusting myself. If there's any inkling of a calling, listen to it. I think it's not only beneficial for our individual lives, but sort of everything else gets better around that. The people and the light that we get to share with the world is a ripple and a wave of effect.
Yes.
And the power that we individually have. And sometimes I think we become fragmented in the Western world and in the world. And to be able to clear a lot of that energy and channel a lot of that personal power that we all have. We all have that.
Absolutely.
Give ourselves the gift to come here and experience it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Thank you.
When we give ourselves a gift, I say in class a lot that when individuals are here, we're doing the heavy lifting for everyone else in our community with the intention to assist everyone else in our community, not by force, not by anything else, but by right of consciousness. So thank you for your beautiful wisdom.
May I also share one more sentiment before we
Absolutely.
go? I think one of the most beautiful things, what we talk about, is that you don't have to show up perfect. Grace is so beautiful, to be able to give that to ourselves and everyone around us is awesome.
Thank you for saying
that. Thank you.
And what is perfect anyway? Right? It's just showing up.
Yes.
And releasing any opinion of I have to be a certain way.
Exactly. That's for those people. I don't belong in that group.
To get there.
Yes.
Well said.
Yes.
You get to be you, just like we get to be us. We had no idea we were both wearing orange today. And who knew? It's an orange thing happening. So we're signing off, blessing you so much. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you soon at Rythmia. Naisha may be here then, who knows? But we'd love to see you. And it was a brilliant, brilliant week. Shout out to Michael Bernard Beckwith. Brilliant teacher of mine, ours, and
Yes.
loved every minute of it.
Truly.
He'll be back again, but we have guest speakers that are here most weeks, and we'd love to see you here. Okay, come join us. Have a beautiful day, and hold on. There we go. Ciao.